Good morning on Monday. I've already been to the gym with my friend this morning right after I walked my mom's dog, but it's 11:30 now and I have many competing needs and priorities. For now, I'm gonna try and handle the dishes. Clean counters, empty sink, full drying rack. And all it took was 13 minutes. I just took out the trash and my remaining time is going to be spent working on a medical bill I have to figure out. And I know that's going to take me a bit longer. So that might be the end of my 30 minutes for today. And that is the hard line I'm drawing. With just 1 minute to spare, I was able to get my payments set up for that one new bill. And now a friend of mine is on the way to pick something up, but I'm sure he'll spend a few minutes here just chit-chatting. And I still feel like I have a bunch of things that I actually want to do or need to do, like showering after the gym, washing my hair, maybe eating lunch, all those things that still need to get done. And pretty soon it'll be time to walk the dog again. And let's not forget the fact that I'm trying to finish up today's video too. Relaxing and doing nothing is just as hard as forcing myself to do things, it seems. But that's okay, I'll get better with time. Hey guys, good morning on Tuesday. I'm starting the day off with some errands. I've already walked my mom's dog, but now I'm off to take care of some things and do some shopping. All right, I'm back home. More time has passed than I was hoping for. It's 12:30 now, 11:30 maybe still. But that does not mean much. I do feel a lot of anxiety today, so I am trying to just tell myself it's okay. I don't have to do anything. I just need to get through the day. I think a lot of the anxiety is coming from the fact that I have my appointment with the psychologist today, my weekly appointment, and I'm not sure if he's the right fit still. I think there's still a lot, we're just not on the same page about a lot of things. So I do feel a lot of pressure, a lot of just stress going to see him because I don't know, I'm anticipating that, it's just going to be a difficult appointment. So, but I don't know that for sure. That could just be my stress talking. So the things I must do today is I want to shower and wash my hair before I go to the appointment. I have to walk my mom's dog before the appointment as well. So I have to leave the house at 2:30. So I have maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, maybe even an hour of time. And I'm going to take that time to relax a little bit. I was hoping to sit outside and relax on my patio, but as you can see, it's still very sunny here. And I don't actually think I want to sit in the sun, but I might just move one of these chairs over into the shade and hang out over there. I think hanging out outside is a good idea, better than hanging out inside on the couch. But before I do any of that, I think I'm going to throw in a load of laundry so that can start running and be done by the time I'm ready to get in the shower. Yep, that sounds like a good plan. All right, I'm all ready to sit, relax, and work in my planner a little bit, but only if I find that relaxing. All right, it's been an hour. I feel a little better. I made some notes for the therapy appointment this afternoon so I can kind of gather my thoughts. It's so much easier to think now than try and remember things or think while I'm in the appointment. I absolutely cannot, do very good thinking while I'm talking to someone because that in and of itself is stressful. So now that I've sat out here and it's time to start moving, I'm going to go switch over the laundry from the wash to the dryer. And I'm going to go and wash my hair and take a relaxing bath because I still have about an hour before I have to walk my mom's dog. And hopefully I can get all of that in and a little bit of lunch. And maybe today I won't be running late for my appointment. I am finally on my way to my appointment. I probably won't be late, but it wasn't without stress. I was definitely running behind. My mom was running behind coming from her appointment, so then we could meet up and take the dog out for a walk before I had to go to my appointment. Because as always, I want to go straight to work after the appointment ends. I was really hoping to get 30 minutes of things done around my house because there are many things that need to be done and I'm trying to limit it to the 30 minutes a day. But unfortunately, it just did not work out that way. I didn't have the time. I would have had to sacrifice something else. And in my case, I would have had to sacrifice taking that time outside to relax and do some journaling and prep for this appointment. And I think honestly, what I did was more important than what I could have done in a half an hour of cleaning or whatever else. Tomorrow is a new day. Today is Wednesday, and so far it's not going awesome. I decided to make today my last day of plant shopping. Fingers crossed. I still have 3 longer flower pots on the back patio that I want to fill. And I do have some plans for them already, but I still need a few more to make everything work. It's a bit of a drive from me to get to any decent nurseries. So by the time everything is said and done, this will be an all-day errand. And that's okay, because I feel super stressed today for no good reason whatsoever. So I'm definitely not in the mood to do anything more engaging than, trying to relax and pick pretty flowers. Let's go see what they have. Boy, that was rough. I'm here at Costco to get some gas, but that last nursery really took it out of me. It was super busy in there. It was hot. I swear I almost fainted, and I'm not one to faint. I just could not breathe in there. I was done. I don't know why I even left the house. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. All I want is a cold shower right now. Another reason I was feeling very overwhelmed in there was that my mom asked me to buy certain plants for her, and I just hate making decisions, and I hate making choices for somebody else, and they didn't have exactly what she wanted, so it was just too much pressure. This was not a fun and relaxing outing, that's for sure. Hey, good morning on Thursday. It's 9 o'clock and I have plans for 9:30 to meet with my friend at the gym. We're probably going to spend about an hour and a half at the gym, and then the world's my oyster. I'm with her.
Maybe we should do like fancy water drink.
Yeah, because you could put
Good name.
It's almost 2 o'clock now. I got back home from the gym around noon. I finished up and posted the video for today. And in about an hour, it's going to be time to take my mom's dog out again. So during this next hour, I want to take the time to do one of my 30-minute blocks of productivity. And today, it's definitely going to be cleaning, because that's not getting done by itself. This took about half of my time, but the sink is empty, the counters are cleared, and the dish drying rack is full, so it's a success over here. That was basically 2 weeks of leftover laundry, and all of it is now folded and put away. That took me about 14 minutes, so I'm running kind of low on my 30-minute timer, but let's see how much I can get done in the living room in just a few minutes. Perfect timing, the alarm just went off. That was pretty good timing, although I wasn't able to get everything done. I did make a positive difference, I think. And since my 30 minutes is up, I am not doing any shoulda, woulda, couldas. Whatever got done, got done. What didn't will get done in a different block. No pressure, that's the name of the game this week. Good morning on Friday. It's 9 a.m. and the plan is thus. I already walked my mom's dog. I want to eat some breakfast now, but while that is cooking, I'm going to gather all the materials for my first project of the day. And for that, I have some planters that I want to plant out for my back patio. It's essentially the last gardening project before everything takes off, so I might as well get it done. I decided to move. There was no sense of working in the sun. All right, I am glad I got that chore done. It looks like my garden hat turned into a pirate's hat. But I don't need it now. I'm actually going to be jumping right into the shower. I gotta wash my hair and rest a little bit before I have a meeting with a friend.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Delaney. I will be your guide for today. We are gonna kind of head around the bend here just behind the building to get started. So if you guys just want to follow me, we'll do our introductions just behind the building. I wonder what scent this place has. I invite you to find a comfortable spot. Again, you don't have to sit or stand. Feel free to wander, but once you find a comfortable spot, I then invite you to open up your scroll to your invitation or your quote or your call.
Good morning on Saturday, guys. Actually, it's almost noon, so most of the morning is gone. Today, I sort of rushed around to get things done because I had signed up for a forest bathing experience and I needed to take care of all my responsibilities so I could get there on time because it was a little bit of a drive for me. I first saw these experiences being offered in the fall, and I thought that sounded really great. I just never actually signed up for it. So I'm really glad that I spotted it again this spring, and I think they already had 2 other sessions before earlier in the spring, but I was able to sign up for this last one of the season. And when I first saw it, I thought it was right up my alley, and it was definitely something that I enjoyed. Although honestly, I prefer to do it by myself. This was a pretty big group. So, you know, there were different people doing different things, and that comes with its own challenges. But overall, I thought it was very good. If you've never heard of forest bathing like I had before I saw that being advertised, and like my therapist, when I mentioned to him that I signed up for forest bathing, he asked me if we're actually going to be taking a bath in the forest, like, you know, a water bath. So I guess it's not that popular, but apparently it's something that originates from Japan, where people were exhausted by work, by technology, and just needed to decompress in nature. And I can absolutely relate to that. Honestly, I think forest bathing is something I did all the time as a kid, except it didn't really have a name. But it was just mindfulness in the forest, just getting down, exploring, and, you know, taking your time, going slowly, using all your senses to experience what's around you, getting down to the ground and watching the ants crawl around, watching the leaves blow in the wind, the clouds go by, whatever it is, you know, trying to breathe in and smell the scents of the forest, whether it's pine trees, leaf litter, or flowers blooming. I mean, it was just a great experience. And, you know, now that I know a little bit about it, I'm definitely going to try and find out a little more and try and do that on my own. Although the person that was leading the session is someone who is certified, someone who actually studied in Japan for the certification. So I thought that was pretty cool to have, you know, that kind of guide. But also this is definitely something I can do on my own. But now it's time to head home. I need to do a little bit of editing, so I'm not stuck with all of it at the end of the week. I want to eat lunch, rest a little bit, and in 3 short hours it'll be time to walk the dog and do some work. That's pretty much my day. All right, I've rested, I've showered, and I've edited a little bit. I still have about an hour before I have to walk my mom's dog, so I'm thinking I'm gonna try one of those 30-minute blocks of cleaning because that is the most pressing thing on my to-do list. Let's see how that goes. Just for full transparency, about a half an hour ago, I got this urge to sweep the floor because it's really, really bad. And then for the half hour since then, I've been procrastinating on that. And suddenly I got really stressed that I have to do it. But I know the more I keep putting it off, the more stressed I am going to be about it and it won't get done. So let's go. I just finished sweeping the floor and it looks like I have about 12 minutes left. I think I've neglected the plants a little too long again and they're pretty dry. So I'm gonna fill up my watering can once more. And when that evaporates, I'll water them again tomorrow. Oh, there we are, 2 minutes left to go. And I'm gonna use that time to take out the garbage and recycling. Oof, I am totally sweating right now, but I am so glad I did that. It's not perfect, but it did make my place a little bit better. And I just want to summarize this week because this week I did 3 30-minute blocks of taking care of things on my to-do list. Most of it was cleaning, but there were some other things mixed in. And since my plan for this month was to make sure that the number of to-do type blocks does not exceed the times that I set aside for fun and fun activities, I sat down with a Post-it note and wrote out all the fun things I wanted to do because I couldn't really remember. So I came up with 7 things that could be considered fun. Out of these 7 things, one was a complete flop and it was not fun for me. There was another one that was more of an obligation. So even though it was forced rest time and it was somewhat enjoyable, it was an obligation after all. And then 2 of those were times that I went to the gym with my friend, which is fun because we get to hang out, but it is going to work out. So that's sort of borderline. I would consider it fun most of the time, but maybe it's not relaxing necessarily. Although there's nothing wrong with having active fun. That's probably preferable. But even with all of that, the number of fun activities definitely exceeds the number of my productivity blocks. So that's a win for this week. I am also starting to get back into more of a routine with my daily habits, but I'm not quite there with consistency just yet. But that's okay. A new week starts tomorrow.